A poetry reading while I cry. Not while I cry, while I've been crying. I've always been in love with literature. Always, 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 ever since I was old enough to have a library card. And one of my favorite books of all time, y'all, this is something people don't know. This is a novelty. This is some day one novelty information, but one of my favorite books, if you can call it a book nowadays. Some would call it a song or a ballad. Anyway, one of my favorite books is Leaves of Grass. I don't feel like quoting the author, because if you don't know who that is, you should stop watching the video here. But hashtag writing sessions. This is what I sound like when I write, guys. And this is what I think of. Anyway, Leaves of Grass by a man one day. It's unfortunate that it's a man this time, but male-dominated industries due to power play over the course of history. Am I right? Jokes. This is the most mainstream poem in the whole book. And I recently purchased the book, like a nice crisp book over from Russell Books. If you know where that is, it's like a used bookstore with cheap books. And the whole ballad / book is like 500 plus pages. In reality, this is the condensed version. Point being, I used to play this fun game when I was younger called Memorize a Poem or Memorize Something. And sometimes it would be text, sometimes it would be poems, but whenever someone would trigger me or piss me off or say something to me that I didn't want to hear or just be mean to me, I would try to think of a poem that I'd memorized. Whew. And this is the most mainstream one, but I feel like you guys deserve a poetry reading of it. So, I'm not gonna say the title. Jokes. It's called Oh Me, Oh Life. And if you know, you know. But, Leaves of Grass. Italic writing. Oh me, ! Oh life, ! Oh me, oh life, of the questions of these recurring, of the endless trains of the faithless, of cities filled with foolish, of myself, forever reproaching myself, for who more foolish than I, and who more faithless, of eyes that vainly crave the light, of the objects mean, of the struggle ever renewed, of the poor results of all, of the plodding and sordid crowds I see around me, of the empty and useless years of the rest with the rest me intertwined, the question, oh me, so sad recurring, what good amid these, oh me, oh life? Answer, that you are here, that life exists an identity, that the powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse.